This is Koopa Walkway. This is the first level of JokerShellOK. I feel like this level really set the tone for the rest of the game. Not only are we having to do shell tricks, we need to be very careful and precise about our falling speed as we're doing them. That was the first of a few shell juggles that we had to do. Those shells could have definitely collided with each other, breaking both of them. I came as close to this mantra as it's possible without getting hit. I didn't even realize I was hitting that. Let's go. Yo, thanks, Gamer. Thanks for the GGs, guys. This is Spiny Convoy. Something important to know about JokerShellOK is that it has different physics from most Super Mario World ROM hacks. You're gonna get a high bounce off of everything that you spin jump off of, and P-switches have a much longer timer to be able to jump off of them. Normally it's frame perfect, a 60th of a second. The other change is that items are dropped slightly lower than Mario. That makes it easier to land on things that you drop. This spiny shell is rolling through the whole level. As long as I keep up with it, it drops up at just the right time for me to use. Alright, back to the end. Hold jump, hold jump, hold jump. That's all it was. That's all it was. Oh, Jesus Christ, what a hard level. Alright. God. Alright, that's really good progress. I think what I need to do is, have Spike outside for one of their deliveries. So I can ask them to pet him, so he'll freak out about it less. Fuck yes! Oh my god. It's about time. Ugh, jeez. Ugh. Okay. Well. Okay. He is a beagle, yes. Two exits in one day. Incredible gameplay. We are not gonna see easier exits than that one. Oh, this is good. In the pipe. You idiot! What a dumbass move I just did. Allow me to introduce you to the gray shells from JokerShellOK. These shells are special. I can pick them up, throw them, and jump off of them, but they won't interact with any other sprite. That allows you to do things like juggle them and get an easy triple shell jump. And I mean it when I say they don't interact with anything else. The shell just goes right through Spinies like they're nothing at all. Nothing at all. Oh, I wasn't sure if I was gonna need that shell. I almost went back to try to pick it up by bouncing where it was, and that would have been bad. Like, if I had needed it, that would have been a bad choice. That's why I just kind of noped out of there. No yumps! Yumpint! But at least the level's done. This is Springtime Caverns, a level from JokerShellOK. No! This is the hardest level I've ever played. Ugh! It ends with an assisted mid-air shell jump. Damn. The speed that I get from the spring makes the trick easier. No! But not easy. Springs let you switch jumps. Springs are able to interact with other sprites, where you've got Spinies bouncing off of springs, and even springs bouncing off of other springs. It really makes me think of Mario Maker with the contraptions that we have in here. Springs are also dropped differently than normal SMW. They start under Mario, allowing me to do these mid-air spring drops a lot easier. Yoshi needs to grab the spring immediately. We use it later for the mid-air. And just getting Yoshi to slide along here had very tight timing. Let's fucking go. Happy birthday, Dupu. Clearing this level took over 25 hours with 9,594 attempts. Shit! This is Pipecleaner Shells. Compared to some other levels in here, the shell jumps are pretty straightforward. The only move I thought was tricky is the forward bump on this shell here. But what really makes this challenging is the raising and lowering acid. It's controlled by the on-off state, so when it's on, it goes up, and when it's off, it goes back down. You have to be incredibly fast getting rid of this stack of throw blocks right here. And there were just a ton of optimizations and tiny adjustments that had to be made to avoid the acid. Such as slowing down on this last pipe here. Let's go. Hell yeah. See, that really wasn't that bad. I like that one a lot, in fact. That felt very fun. Super duper incredibly tight on the throw block part. No complaints though. Very, very cool level. Thanks, guys. Okay, so I know what this level is. We'll take a quick peek at it. This one has a boss fight at the end, but in addition to the boss fight, no parent. In addition to the boss fight, ouch, it's gonna have something that forces me to learn a very particular pattern as I play it. This is Attacher's Mansion, and there are boo rings everywhere you could possibly imagine them, including attached to some of these shells that we have to use to avoid touching the munchers. With this yellow shell, I actually had to wait just a little bit longer than I'm used to do a shell jump with. This blue shell that we see here travels at just slightly slower than Mario's maximum movement speed, so it's tough to stay balanced on top of it whenever it hits a wall and turns around. And since I'm having to bounce off of it so many times, I have to be very careful to have a bounce pattern where I'm not going to touch the boo ring around it. Let's go! Hell yeah! And coming up we have the boo boss fight. We're still going to need to balance on top of two different kinds of shells inside of this boss fight. The first one is locked to Mario's X coordinate, so you can't miss this one as you're falling. Unlike the normal big boo boss in Super Mario World, this one hurts you if you touch him. Except for right after he takes damage. You can see the hearts up in the top right corner of the screen. We need to hit him a total of 6 times to win. We get 3 in the first half with the green shell, and then we have to transition over to this disco shell. It's way harder to land on top of, and when you land on top of it, it sends you flying off towards the side you touched it from. We still needed 3 more hits. We've got the shell and 2 throw blocks. I have to shell jump to get to the throw blocks. So I need to make sure that he doesn't touch and break my shell before I get those. Yes! Woo! All right. That was pretty good. I finally got it to a point where I was able to think about hitting him so he wouldn't hit me. That was a cool boss fight. I really liked that. There was a certain point where I was kind of overdoing the beginning, but it's fine. Another 24-hour stream? Well, I don't have any plans right now. This is the secret exit of Snowflake Freeze. This level's mostly going to be built around using the fire flower to melt ice blocks. At the beginning, we also saw some snowflakes that pause Mario and the shells. We'll talk more about those later. Now Mario can't normally shoot fireballs while he's ducking. That's a custom change that we have just for this level. I was supposed to throw that shell earlier, but I saved it. The timing is very strict for hitting those ice blocks and being able to use the shell and the Yoshi that come off of them. This shell at the end here definitely isn't going to wait for me. There we go. All right. I got the save in the clear. That's pretty funny. Let's go. Motor Palace. All right. This level is gonna have a gimmick. That gimmick being motor skills. This is Motor Palace. This level is sort of divided up into two sections, each with their own motor shell. That's the one that switches back and forth between a red shell and a spiny shell every time I bounce off of it. The reason I'm throwing this blue shell up is because if it's in my hand, it has a chance of colliding with the motor shell. We have motor skills here, so I can switch between normal and spin jumps in midair. I'm thinking back to the other Switch Palace where I got trolled at the end. I'm so scared of a hallway like this. Jumping. The power of the switch will turn you have pushed will turn blank into block. Your progress will also be saved. Thank you for the GGs. Ugh. A slug in your PC? That's crazy. I think that's the fastest level for me so far. We're back here at the regular exit of Snowflake Freeze. The snowflakes that we see here will freeze both Mario and the shells. We need to use most of them to get everything to line up properly. This is my favorite move right here, where the shell is frozen and then unfreezes right before I need to bounce off of it. And the green blocks you can see on the right are controlled by the on-off state. Up next is a really rare move where I bump the red Koopa out of his shell, and then we hang out in the air long enough for him to wake up before bouncing off of him. All the rest of the snowflakes that we see between here and the end of the level must be avoided, or else I'm not going to be able to keep up with the shell. Let's go. Hey, that wasn't so bad at all. Not bad. I don't know what's next. Stormbooster? This is Stormbooster. This level's really, really fast. When I'm moving at full speed after being launched forward by one of those booster blocks, I'm able to just throw a shell, and it gives me a free mid-air shell jump. There's almost no margin for error when balancing and keeping up with this throw block, and these last moves with the jump grab, up throw, mid-air are some of the fastest in the game. Let's fucking go. GG. Yeah, YouTube apparently rolled out that change today. I wonder if that's just for live streams or if it's also for like comments and stuff. 347. All right. And we also have just enough time to stick the next level in this video as well. 2 levels in one day. What incredible gameplay. All right, we've got 2 levels left. We'll load up this one real quick just to take a peek at it. Let's fucking go. Right into the saw. I knew it was there too. Set aside time to have people still bring their viewer levels in Maker. There's just not a voracious appetite for I must see somebody play this. I saw it coming. Go. Castle Koopalarve. This is Castle Koopalarve from JokerShellOK. This is the final level, and we're going to be combining a few things that we've seen in different levels in the past. I have motor skills, so I can change my jump type between regular jump and spin jump in midair. That rainbow shell there is a shell board, which carries me along with it automatically. Gray shells are non-interactive. They won't be breaking any other sprites that they touch. And I'm going to have to do a spring drop to get up in the pipe. Let's fucking go! No. Almost had a Dupu skills moment there. And here we're facing off against the Koopalarve. The only way to do damage to him is by jumping on his head. And for the most part, he stays up high where I can't reach him, except by bouncing off of the shell that he gives me sometimes. In this phase, he has 4 attacks. Most obviously, he throws a shell at me. You can get hit by it, but it's mostly just a tool to use against him. He does this ground pound move here where he drops spikes from the ceiling. They come down in random patterns, and it took a long time to learn to dodge them consistently. I can hit him while he's ground pounding, but he moves so fast it's very unreliable. He also drops the Sumer Bro lightning at me. That causes fire to spread out on the floor, while the lightning bolt itself doesn't hurt you. We just saw the hammers too, that was his last attack. They're very random and very hard to dodge. I probably should have mentioned the shell that we were riding this whole time. It was stuck to Mario's X position. We couldn't have missed the shell if we tried. We're getting into the second phase of the fight now that we've hit him 3 times. That makes us ride on this green shell here that travels freely across the stage. Those thwomps could have come in a few different random patterns, and we had to use them to get up top to hit the Koopalarve. The shell is changed again. It's a motor shell, changing between a regular shell and spiny shell every time I bounce off of it. And we're back to gray shells to jump up to hit him. Let's go! I knew that was gonna be soon. As soon as I got that 6th hit, like, it was like the code was completely cracked for me. Oh, yes. Wow, what a journey. Oh my god. Whew. That was a really good boss fight. That was really, really good. Oh, man. Playtesting by Sakaya, Hentai Common, Franzen, Phil, and Maw. The German scene. 2. Thank you, Dash. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's more gifts that I can keep track of. Steph, thank you for the super GG. Texan for the game controller. Hannah for the GGs. I really appreciate it, guys. We did it! Yo, thank you so much, Nano Phoenix. Willow, thank you very much for the bits. Guys, that's really generous. I really do appreciate it. Oh, man. Well, that's Joker Shell. 72 hours. More than a third of my playtime was in one level. That being the spring level.